Morning. Morning.
How you doing?
Morning.
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 Morning. Morning. Morning. Morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the one, the only, the hot ravioli, El Presidente, Julian Nicholas, and I am here with the wonderful Mr. Nessie.
Good morning, Julian. Happy Monday to you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here this morning because spring break is over, and my goodness, it was just way too long. Glad to be back here at the high school.
Yep, totally believe you.
Why did you knock on the table?
I don't know. I was just joining in the trend.
Oh.
Yeah. Just want to feel included, you know. Ew! Hey! Anyway, we are also here with the wonderful Miss Bukhari.
Hi.
How you doing?
Just raise that microphone up, Miss Bukhari.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you also glad to be back here at school?
I am glad to be back. There's so many exciting things at the end of the school.
Are you excited enough to knock on the table and join the trend?
I will knock on the table just in connection with my fellow Julian over here.
Hey, solidarity!
Crazy. And let's see. Anybody joining us live in the chat? Good morning, Julian's mom.
Hi, Mom!
Oh, she just sent in audio for you.
She did?
Shut up, Julian.
I am not surprised. Why did I fall for that? I also got a text from Junior. He said he sent an audio message.
Do you want me to play Junior's audio message now?
Is it like something weird? Is it like a voice message or something like that, or
Here we go.
or a soundbite?
Here are the words of Junior.
Hello, everybody. This is me, Junior, and I'm so sorry I didn't make it to the podcast, and I'm just packing up everything. But I'm just sending my message to you guys. Hope you guys can hear this. I'm happy that you guys are on my family in the podcast.
Oh.
And yeah. Anyways, have fun, and I'll miss you guys all. Peace.
We miss you too, Junior.
Yeah, we miss you too, you little quirk ball. Get it? Because he's short and he's quirky. It'll catch on eventually.
We'll make it sweet. We'll make it short. Now here for you is the weather report.
The weather, baby. By God, I am a genius! Yes, I am. Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently at 35 degrees, but do not worry, do not fret. We'll reach a high of 68 degrees, and it'll be mostly sunny all day long.
Except for that spot in the day where it's not going to be all that sunny.
You mean where there's going to be a complete darkness?
Why are you making it sound bad?
Because it's an eclipse.
All right, make sure you get a good look at it. Anyway.
I mean, it will be a good sight to see. The only problem is that I'll be totally blind afterwards. But then
Well, it depends on your genetic makeup. So do you feel you're susceptible to blindness?
I mean, I see you every day of the week, except for
You're
Sunday.
welcome. Just remember, you might be quick, but I am certainly faster.
I'll get to your pace one day.
One day. I just know you have so many allergies. I didn't know if you'd be susceptible to blindness. Have you consulted with your medical physician prior to today?
I mean, I went to my doctor's appointment over the spring break. Does that count? I'm allergic to mouse urine. And the fact that you played that on my day back. How lovely. Look at this. I'm allergic to mouse urine. Oh, God. Why? Why must you do this to me?
Yes, just put your mind to it.
You creative monster. That was awful! Just play the announcements.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know the first one.
I do?
Yes, you know what the first announcement is.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hasn't changed in 2.5 years.
Did you know that after we do the show live each day, we release it as a podcast? You can listen to us on demand wherever you listen to your podcasts, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Click the links down below. And here's the quote of the day by Miss Morano.
Good morning, it's Miss Morano with your quote of the day. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Walt Disney.
Nice. I can't talk today. I honestly like that quote.
That's good. Walt Disney. Nice guy.
Yep. Today is National Impanda Day. Impanda Day. Impanda Day. National Impanda Day. Am I saying that right?
No.
Oh.
It's National Empanada Day.
Oh.
You know, one of the most delicious, delectable treats.
I feel like I
You
never
can get it with beef, chicken, or steak. Probably put shrimp in it, too.
Vegetarian versions.
Yeah.
Why was I saying Impanda Day?
Because I don't know.
I'm too tired. I should have went to sleep earlier.
It's also National Zoo Lovers Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yay, animals.
Yay, the zoo. The April Challenge. There are 16 school days in April. Between April 8th and April 30th. Come to school every day, get to school and class on time, and go to every single one of your classes, including advisory, folks.
And then there'll be some sort of reward in May.
Oh, how rewarding.
Are you going to meet the challenge?
I don't see why not.
Ms. Bukhari, are you going to meet the challenge? Setting a
Hopefully.
fine example for the students.
I hopefully should be there every day this year.
There you go.
Students, it's never too late to join a club. Here are the clubs. Meeting today. The FBLA from 2:45 to 3:45 at C107. And Zebra Podcast Network from 2:45 to 4 in B121 and B119. Chromebooks can be serviced or replaced daily during the following times from 9 to 10 a.m. to 1 to 2 p.m. Ask your teacher for a pass and go to this setup near the main staircase.
Students, are you interested in making a difference in the lives of immigrant youth? If you're 18 years old and are a first or second generation immigrant, we have an exciting opportunity for you. Join the Immigrant Youth Advocates Program, a leadership development and narrative change initiative brought to you by the New Jersey Coalition for Immigrant Children. This program is a unique chance to engage in meaningful conversations, explore the intricacies of the immigrant youth experience, and advocate for the education access, justice, and health equity of immigrant youths. As a fellow, you'll have the opportunity to engage in social media advocacy, participate in workshops to enhance your skills in political processes and policy frameworks, and much more. Plus, there's a stipend available for your commitment and hard work. Don't miss your chance to be a voice for change and empower immigrant youth in our community. Apply today by scanning the QR code on the screen, or you can email Alicia Colon at acolon.njcic.org for more information. Let's make a difference together. And now a word from your student council.
Do you want to make your high school memorable? Do you want to participate in the pep rallies, come up with ideas for the pep rally, create themes for Spirit Week?
If it sounds like something you're interested in, then look no further and come join the Student Council.
Student Council is a committee where students gather and discuss ongoing events in the school.
We're in charge of Candygrams, Spirit Week, pep rallies, and more.
For more information, visit our website, mbstudentcouncil.com,
and our Instagram at nbhs.stuco. That's nbhs.stuco.
It's more than a committee, it's a family.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding.
Check out the all-new peer-to-peer podcast from your New Brunswick High School peer leaders. Episode 4 or 5? Episode 5 is available now, and they talked about imposter syndrome.
Ooh.
Really interesting conversation that was had. If you want to check it out, scan the QR code on the screen or go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com/peer-to-peer.
Did they play Among Us?
No.
No.
Sazon Latino podcast hosted by Hispanic Culture Club. So if you guys have free time or, or don't have anything to do, I suggest you take a listen to our podcast, Sazon Latino, where we talk about a range of different things from culture to community to different types of ways to get involved here at the high school. So I would definitely suggest that you give it a listen either on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or the zebrapodcastnetwork.com/Sazon Latino.
So it is time once again for us to have our Night of Stars, our annual talent show. And so we'll be hosting our talent show on May 16th. If you would like to participate in the talent show, make sure that you fill out the audition form in C304 and A206. That audition form is due on April 19th. Auditions will be set on May.
Cordially invites you to the senior prom. It will be a night of enchantment on May 24th, 2024. Prom will take place from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. at the Marigold in Somerset, New Jersey.
Prom, prom, prom.
Today, between April 19th...
Try that again.
Wait, thanks. My bad. Today to April 19th, it'll be $80, folks. And that's because you didn't get it at $70, so that's on you. Anyway, April 22nd to May 2nd will be $90. All purchases must be submitted at the time of purchase. Wait, all paperwork must be submitted at the time of purchase. Bids can be purchased in D311 or B313 during advisory, before and after school. Cash only.
Cash is king.
Yes, sir. Speaking of seniors, Six Flags Great Adventure. Friday, May 3rd, 2024, between 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. $60 include meal, drink, snack, and rides. Permission slips available at D311 as well. However, there are requirements. Let's meet them.
You must have a 2.0 GPA minimum. You must have 90 credits. You must have satisfied your graduation assessment requirement or be on track to complete your senior portfolio. You cannot have any severe write-ups last year or this year. You must also have less than 10 quote-unquote regular write-ups this school year. And you must have less than 18 absences. Other than that, enjoy your trip to Six Flags.
You got it!
Although, did you hear the news? What? I think they're shutting down King Dakar.
Why?
Maintenance issues.
Ah.
But if you want, maybe you could be one of the last people to ride it.
Yay!
I would not.
Speaking of yay,
happy birthday! Send us your birthday shoutouts, folks. They are free.
What's not free? Zebra Podcast Network merch.
Darn.
Scan the Dino code and support what we're doing. Not because we're going to make any money, because we're not. But if you want to wear a t-shirt, sweatshirt, water bottle, we got stickers for all the different shows here. Help us out. Spread the word. Zebra Podcast Network merch.
You want to visit our website? There you go, zebrapodcastnetwork.com. Submit something on a Google form or send us a lovely voicemail. And now, Zebra Sports Desk.
All right, we're going to rewind the sports desk all the way back to last week. On Monday, April 1st, congratulations to the boys volleyball team. They defeated North Plainfield 2-0.
You're joking, right?
No, they won 2-0.
You see what it is?
Shut your mouth.
Okay.
On April 3rd, the boys volleyball team was back in action again, and they defeated Perth Amboy 2-0.
All
Great
right.
start to the season for the boys volleyball team. On April 4th, the boys tennis team had their first match of the year, and they defeated St. Thomas Aquinas 5-0.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a good day to be a zebra so far.
It is?
Yeah. Then on April 5th, the girls' flag football team, they got defeated by Union High School 39-12. But don't worry, they've got more games on their schedule.
Nice.
And the boys' volleyball team suffered their first loss of the season, 2-1 at the hands of JFK. And then on Saturday, the baseball team opened their season. They were shut out by Carteret 10-0. Coming up today, we got girls golf on the road at 3:30 against Sayreville. Tennis is at home at 4 o'clock at the courts at Memorial Stadium. Boys volleyball is on the road against Woodbridge at 4 o'clock. Softball is on the road 4 o'clock at Calvary Christian in Old Bridge. And the boys golf team is squares up against St. Thomas Aquinas at 4:30 on the road. Tomorrow, girls golf away for Old Bridge. Flag football home for Ewing. Softball on the road against Wardlaw Hartridge. Spotswood is going to host tennis tomorrow, and volleyball will be hosting North Brunswick. That's it for sports.
Go Zebras! Go Zebras indeed.
You're listening to the Zebra Podcast Network. Your school, your voice.
Well, everybody, it is a white day or a blue? Okay, it's a blue day here at Zebra.
Here at Zebra High School.
I should have went to bed early. I should have went to bed early, honestly.
Told you.
Hey, all right. I was busy to where I had to stay up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody wants to know what you were busy doing till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Homework. Yes, sir.
You know what would have been a good time to do that homework?
Over the break. I am aware. It's just that the rain ruined it all.
Really? Because you wanted to do your homework outside and couldn't?
No. It's just that sometimes the rain makes you feel lazy, you know?
What's your excuse the rest of the time?
What do you mean?
When it's sunny.
Oh, I do it.
Yeah, okay. Miss Bukhari, your laughter certainly brightens our day here in the studio. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Except for this one problem I have.
Oh, what's wrong?
That was personal. On a Monday morning.
Let's get to know Miss Bukhari, who is here for the first time for Maestro Monday.
All right. Now, how are you doing today, this morning?
I'm doing well. Still waking up in the process, but definitely happy to be back. Happy to get started with our last marking period. It feels like it's going very fast this year. So I am excited to finish off our school year.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that
40-something days to go.
Yeah, it's really... Not counting the testing days, all the end of June stuff. So
That's right. Welcome to April. It's testing month here at the high school.
Very exciting. End of April, everyone.
What inspired you to become a teacher?
Ooh, very deep questions they're starting off with in the morning. So when I was in school, especially like high school years, like I definitely struggled with what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a baker for a while and open up a bakery, and I still kind of want to do that.
That sounds delicious.
So that was always my dream. But those hours are also very crazy, and it didn't seem practical at the time. And I was very much struggling with my own like identity and like mental health and all of those things that like I wasn't sure who I was as a person. And I remember reading somewhere, and I mean, you hear it all over the place. If you feel helpless, you help someone. So I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on helping other people. And so between that and having a good calculus teacher who showed me what it means to help other people, I started down the path of being a math teacher. So that was really the beginning of it, and then transitioned into going to Rutgers and studying math and then becoming a math teacher. So I love it. I don't regret any of my decisions, though I do miss my bakery dream, but this is the best decision I definitely made.
Oh, that's nice. What hobbies do you enjoy doing when you're not a teacher?
When I'm not doing the 50 things that I am normally doing, I love to crochet. I am the co-advisor for the Crochet Club, Tuesdays after school in C304 if you'd like to join. I love teaching students how to crochet. I love making blankets for everyone. I have 3 friends who are expecting, so I've been making baby blankets for the past 3 months.
Aww.
So that's been very nice. As you know, I like to bake. That is my other hobby that I do in my free time. I love to feed people. I had my siblings over last night. Just being able to like make stuff for my family is very nice.
Oh, that's nice. What got you into doing crochet and baking?
So my grandmother actually taught me how to crochet. So I learned from her. I learned how to knit from her in middle school. She like used to do it all the time, sitting on the rocking chair, like making these blankets, and she was so fast doing it. So she used to knit and crochet for like all of my middle school and high school years. So she taught me how to knit initially, and I still love to knit always. And then when I started I think during COVID, I started crocheting more because it's a little bit easier to be more mobile. You can travel because it's only one needle. And so it's also easier to teach people how to crochet instead of knitting. So when I started hosting our club, I was like, all right, let me get better at crocheting. So I started actually becoming much more adept at doing crochet than I did knitting. So, but I still love and enjoy doing both.
All right. And this is the same thing with baking, right? Where your grandmother inspired you to do it?
It was my mom, but I do just love like creating things, and it's a huge stress relief for me. So it's fun to just do random things. I've been on a cheesecake like trend. I made a turtle cheesecake. I made a cookie dough cheesecake, and then I made the classic one. I was just having fun with it this past week. So
Which one did you bring in here for the morning show?
I'm gonna have to bring one in now.
I guess I can also bring in my pizza skills.
Please don't.
What do you mean? No, I'm serious. I went to Elijah's Promise the other week, made a fantastic pizza. Greatest pizza, all right?
You have to prove it to us then. Come bring it.
Oh, yeah? My mom harassed me throughout the entire week of spring break.
Perfect.
To make another pizza because she loved it that much.
And did you?
Huh?
Did you?
I did. She loved it again. I'm serious. If I showed you the photo of what the pizza looked like, you'll be like, oh, wow, that actually looks like a decent pizza, Julian. Try to bring that on the podcast before you come in.
Okay. You said it.
All right.
I need to see the picture, and then I need to see the proof.
Okay, sure. But anyway, back to the interview. Who is or was your major advocate or motivator?
Oh, at which point in my life?
Probably in your younger years when you wanted to become a teacher.
I think it was always my parents. My parents are very hard workers. They both are immigrants to the country. It was definitely a transition for them coming in. My dad grew up in like Edison area. My mom grew up in East Brunswick. She went to East Brunswick High School. So they're both from New Jersey, met at Rutgers. So like that's the typical story. But they always embodied in me making sure you're working hard. Education was super important. Always focusing on your studies and getting that done. And that pretty much set the standard of my entire like life in terms of like valuing education, valuing the helping others and giving back to your community and things like that. So that's always been a big part of my life.
If you don't mind me asking, where did your parents come from?
My dad came from Pakistan. He came when he was around like 7. Oh. My mom's family, my grandfather was an engineer, so they were kind of moving around a bit. They were in Pakistan for a bit. They were in India for a bit. They were in Canada for a bit, Chicago. Wow. And it just happened. Wherever the job was, you go. Wherever you can get a visa, you go. So nice. That was the plan. So because my grandmother was from England and they met in England, my grandfather and my grandmother. So then it was just where they can get a visa and where they can travel. So that's where we were.
And my final question from me, is what made you a teacher at New Brunswick High School? Or what made you teach at New Brunswick High School?
Well, I got placed here in student teaching to an amazing mentor. So then I didn't want to leave. That was it. I started here 4 years ago. And I never want to leave. So it has been a great pleasure. I fall in love with the kids. I fall in love with the community. It is close to home. It's everything I needed and look for. So why would I go?
And who is this mentor you speak of?
Mr. Juba. I will always give him a shout out every time. He was a fantastic mentor, still is. And so I am very lucky and grateful to have people surrounding me who are amazing. And I can continue to learn from them. So that's when you're asking who are your inspirations now. Yeah. I was like, it depends on when you ask me. My parents are my first, my teachers are my second, and then he was my last. So
okay, yeah, that's fair.
All right. So, Julian, thank you for your questions. Now I'm going to ask the hard-hitting ones. Ms. Bukhari, what inspired you to become a math teacher as opposed to another teacher subject area?
That was definitely something I was thinking about. I think it was because I had a really good calc teacher my junior year. She really connected math to you personally and made you feel like math is more about problem solving and creativity and actually like exploration more than just like learn a bunch of stuff and produce. And so that idea that like you can use mathematics to create the world around you and also understand the world around you in a very accessible and approachable way is something that like is very, very important to me. So like I try to create projects, I try to create opportunities for my students to understand like where we use mathematics in the world around us. So like I do coding projects, I do like a minimum wage project. I try to get them thinking about like when COVID first came out, like the effects of COVID and like exponential values. So like actually to see why you're doing this math and why it's important to you in your life.
When you got here as a math teacher, I messed up that whole thing.
Now you know how I feel.
No, I don't, and thank goodness. Ms. Bukhari, what math classes do you teach here at the high school?
When I started here, I was teaching Algebra 1. This is the first year that I get something new. I'm teaching Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. It's very cool because I get some of my students that I had my first year, which is a very full circle for me. It's a nice opportunity to build connections too. As I teach Algebra 2, I see what should I be teaching in Algebra 1 and focusing on. And when I teach Algebra 2, I'm like, oh, what things should I be reviewing? So it kind of gives me a very holistic view of how I should be structuring my whole curriculum.
Excellent. Just a couple more questions. First, since not every student will get to have you as a teacher during their time here, what words of advice, wisdom, sage thoughts do you have for our student body?
One of my favorite things, I actually learned this from Mr. Allen, as he's my co-teacher half the time. So he always says, try something, right? Math can be very anxiety ridden, very scary sometimes. And we've been moving to a lot of word problems. So it's a lot of words. It's a lot of time to process. But I always tell my kids, and I learned this from Mr. Allen, to try something, right? Just write something down, underline something, tell me what you know, tell me what you don't know. Because if you try, then we can actually do something with it. I think the hardest part is actually trying the first step, and then we can work from there. But if you just stare at it, if you don't make that first step to make an effort, then there's nowhere you can go past that. So I would suggest to try something.
I love it. Now, I hope that this doesn't jade your final response. So our last question, and again, thank you for coming in early, being here on the show. You're welcome anytime. If you could put a message up on the digital marquee out in front of the building, which I noticed the other day is brand new.
It is?
It's a new sign.
I did not notice.
It is not powered on yet.
Now I've been turning before, so
we have a new sign, so I can't wait to get my hands on that. If you could put a message up on that sign for a week and everybody driving by would see it, what message would you put up?
You're saying I can't steal my last response?
Can't steal your last response.
Let's see. Oh, that's always a tough one. I'm never good with the slogan parts of it. I mean, for me, it's we're in the final countdown, right? We're at the end game now, and I want, hopefully, we do a positive push, right? So, like, I guess looking forward to what comes next, or like, let's last leap before the summer, right? Like, I want, and we're gonna have a conversation in 20 minutes with my own students to be like, hey, this is it now. How do we positively move to the last marking period? How do we move to June in a positive and safe and hopefully happy end of the school year?
That's a lot of words to put on the sign.
Yeah, just the first part. I was giving an explanation for the second part. I didn't want to provide context to my...
Excellent. Context clues are important.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, yeah. It's the final countdown.
That's all should be on the sign, including the voiceover.
I was going to say, Julie, do you have any tips or advice for seeing the eclipse today?
Don't be an idiot and stare directly at it. Again, don't stare directly at it. But then again, it's your life. I don't control you. Do whatever you want, folks.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow because, I don't know. We're also off on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. It's Eid, right?
I believe so.
Nice.
Cool. All right. We'll see you tomorrow for Trivia Tuesday, and we'll see if I can stump Julian.
I'd like to see you try, Jake from State Farm, with your red shirt and khaki pants.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Miss Bakari.
Thank you for listening to the Zebra Morning Show. Please tell a friend to help spread the word. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow. Be sure to follow us on social media. We're on X, Instagram, and Threads at Zebra Podcast Net. Visit our website at zebrapodcastnetwork.com where you can learn about joining us. And don't forget to send us your announcements and shout-outs. Have a great day, Zebra Nation.
Welcome back, ladies! Bye-bye!